Hey, how y'all doing on this lovely Tuesday night? And if you don't know by now, you know, I'm here with it to give y'all the best of Tuesday, right? No, today we're going to be talking about moral support. We are going to be going over exactly what is moral support. We're going to be talking about why moral support is important. And then I am going to be sharing some tips with you on how you can be supportive morally. Because we know how to be supportive physically, right? What I mean by physically is we know how to, share the videos, follow people, buy things, spread the word of mouth, right? We know them things. We know how to support people that way. What we're lacking is moral support. This was a requested subject, so I want to make sure I talk about this. And then also, I'm going to give you the option to join my free webinar called Get Clear. You'll have the chance. You will know exactly how to go about joining the webinar if you are interested. All right? Y'all see my lip right there? Yeah, I know. I guess that like my thing right there. But anyway. Anyway, let's get into it. What is moral support? Moral support is not physical support. So if you're hoarding people's stuff, if you're following people, if you're buying and you're sharing, that is all great. That is great. That is support. Don't get me wrong. Don't stop doing that. I'm not saying that. But that is not moral support. Most people do not understand what moral support is. Moral support is when you are helping someone mentally, right? So this is more of psychologically when you're helping someone. That we are seeing is not happening. How do we know it's not happening? By just taking a look at things that are happening in the world. Taking a look at the news. Taking a look at Facebook. Taking a look at Instagram. If you take a look at any of these on any of these platforms, what you will see is that we are lacking support morally. We don't have that. Where is it going? First, let's talk about this. Why is it important to support people morally as much as it's important to support them physically, if not more? And is it important, is it more important to support somebody morally, or is it more important to support them physically? Or are they both even? Let's take a look, right? So when we're supporting people physically, we make people feel excited, right? And a lot of times we just support people, let's just face it, because that's just what we want to do. Like either we like the person, we make them feel good, and we put money in their pocket. So we're supporting them financially, things of that nature, and that makes a person feel good. And we know what? We're supporting their household, their dreams, their goals. When you're supporting somebody physically, you can actually see the outcome. You can actually see the effect. You can actually see the smile, right? So these are physical things, something you can touch, you can feel it. So that is what physical support is. Now let's talk about moral support for a second. Moral support, like I said, deals more mentally. So that is more dealing with someone, encouraging them, right? Giving them affirmations. Telling them that they can do something that they probably don't think that they can do. Inspiring them to make a decision to go right when they want to go left. These are moral ways to support people. Now, why are we finding that if you look around, people are more in tune to support you physically, meaning that people are more happier to buy you things. They're happier to share things. They're happier to, follow you or, heart your thing. They're very much likely to do that. But when it comes to mentally, now let's talk about mental support. People have a problem supporting people mentally. Why? Because when you start supporting people mentally, first off, that comes with honesty. And what we see nowadays out here, if you look around in the world, people don't like honesty. If you listen to me, I talk about this over and over and over again. People love living in the world of what I love to call pretty little lies. People love that. They just love lies. So when it comes to being honest, you have so many people, and this is let me give you an example. Have you ever seen a post and you like, you know what? They're honest. The post is very honest, and I mean, there's no other way around it. Like, facts are facts. And this is one thing that we have to understand when you're dealing with being honest, and when we're dealing with truth, and when we're dealing with moral support, right? Honesty and facts go hand in hand. Let me say that again. Honesty and facts go hand in hand, especially when we're dealing with when it comes to moral support. Meaning that when we see things, people have a problem with helping people morally because they like, man. Now, let's say somebody is like, they have this great idea, and they like, oh my gosh, I want to go party, even though they should be going to do what? They should be going to handle their business, or maybe they shouldn't be going to party at all because maybe they have to go to bed early, and then because they have to get up early. Now, most people, they like, they're down with the partying thing. Yeah, let's go have fun. People are more inclined to go have fun, right? So people have a hard problem with telling people, no, I don't think that's a good idea. I think maybe you don't think maybe you should, lay down and get some rest and wake up the next day, because you have to get up early, or get that rest so you can wake up refreshed for the next day. Or another prime example, when people are down and out, we see this all the time. I just was scrolling and I seen this on Facebook. We are seeing even things where people are really going crazy online and they're really begging for help. And instead of us supporting them morally, we laugh. And what I mean by that, have you ever seen videos on Facebook that are downright, you like, man, this is crazy. People fighting each other, or somebody just stabbed somebody, and you like, oh my gosh, like, this is crazy. Like, what is going on with the world? And then you look in the comments. Now, instead of people showing moral support, for the situation, people are laughing, or, they're commenting on the physical aspect, or they deserve that, or this and that. What happened to people commenting saying, man, you know what? I pray for strength and understanding, or, I pray that they, their brother gets some help, or that sister gets some help, or I pray that one day we can change these situations and all come together. This is what I call moral support. And this is what we're seeing out here that we have a problem with, which is why our kids is lost. Yes, our kids are lost because we're not showing any moral support. I want y'all to think about that. Think about moral support and physical support for a minute when it comes to youth. Now, let's just talk about this for 1 second when it comes to youth, right? So, let's say we have youth, and you like, oh, I want my baby to look fly. My baby got to look fly. My baby they got to keep money in their pocket, right? My baby got to have the best shoes on. Oh, my baby got to do that shoe. I got to make sure my baby go here, go there. Now, and I'm not saying nothing wrong with that, because no, nothing is wrong with that. Every parent should feel like that. Let me say that first. What we're not seeing, though, is the moral support from parents when it comes to their youth. What I mean by that, how many parents are really worried about their children mental, or even asking, how was your day? Or even saying, I love you, or even telling their kids what they can be, or even asking them what dreams do they have, or even better yet, when they're out here and you see your youth out here standing on the corner, or you see them doing things that is not acceptable, whether it's having a gun on them or whatever. How many of you go up and talk to your youth and ask them questions instead of just yelling at them, but ask them questions? Why you feel like you need to have a gun, right? What's going through your mental? Is it something we need to talk about? That's when it's time to start asking questions. Get down and really start asking. Nowadays, we have a lot of people. Let me turn this a little bit. That's getting my nerves. So nowadays, what we having is a lot of people that's scared to ask these hard questions when it comes to even youth, even morally. That's why we have a lot of parents calling their children demon childs, right? Now, morally. Now, remember, moral support is psychological, right? Psychological. And I want y'all to understand, I always talk about a sponge, because what you put in your brain is like a sponge. And I always talk about this effect. And if you haven't heard this, this is brand new. So it's going to be a brand new, you get a new tool And if you have heard this before, hey, you get to hear it again, and you already know what I'm about to say. You can drop it in the comments if you want to for me. One of the things I want to talk about is the sponge effect. When you have a sponge and you fill it up with water, you can fill it up and fill it up and fill it up. But once it starts overflowing, what happens? Once it get full, the water starts spilling out. And that means, let's say you pour some milk in there, right? So you pour milk in a sponge. What happens then? Milk starts pouring out. And let's say now you okay, let me try juice, orange juice, whatever. What happens? That starts spilling out. Now, my point of this is, what I'm saying is, whatever you put in the sponge, that is what the sponge is going to soak up until it can no longer hold it. And then that is what is going to overflow, and it's going to go out into the universe. So this is the way our mind flows. Our mind works the exact same way. I want y'all to think about this for a minute. It was a song, right? That you was like, I don't like this song. You didn't like the song. When you first heard it, you did not like the song. And that was the physical part of you. You was like, you know what, I heard it, I want to deal with it. Now, the psychological aspect of it, guess what happens? That you kept hearing it. You hear it over and over and over and over and over again. Now, when you first heard it, you told yourself you didn't like it. But what happens? If you keep on hearing that same song over and over, eventually your brain shifts. It's a shift change that happens. And now you catch yourself jamming to a song that you like, oh, that first you didn't even realize you liked. And not that you didn't realize you liked the song. You didn't like the song. It was a moral shift that happened, a psychological shift that happened. You heard something over and over again. And that is the same thing that happens with our youth out here. And I want y'all to think about what I'm saying for a second with our youth. If the youth keep hearing over and over that they have to carry guns, or they keep seeing over and over that they have to carry guns, and they don't hear nothing, or over and over that you have to get to a bag, or over and over they're seeing my demon child. Or over and over, they're seeing demon emojis being attached to them. What kind of support do you think that is soaking into their young minds? I want y'all to understand this. I love to talk about this. Somebody said more support. This is very important because I see so many parents attaching demons to their children. That is a form of a psychological effect because now that children sees it, and now your child attaching a demon to every picture they do. And now guess what? What is a demon? What does it represent? It don't stand for nothing good. If you get on here right now, tell me that you got some kind of ancient history where, the demon horns and the devil and all that stood for something good, then please let me know. I would love to hear that. Please let me know. But y'all don't understand the psychological effect it has. It doesn't represent anything good. So now these children, they like, okay, my parent is okay with that. That's the kind of support I'm even getting from my parent. So now this is the kind of things that they start portraying. They start doing the same things. Because I'm going to tell y'all now, children don't do what we tell them to do. They do what they see. Whether you want to believe it or not. Hey, ask your psychiatrist, ask the doctor. I don't care who you ask somebody. Look it up. Y'all be on Google and YouTube all the time. Look it up. It's a scientific fact. Not even you. You don't even do what somebody tell you to do. You do what you see. What you've been taught. Like, think about it. Most people, if you come from a broken home, a part of you is going to be broken, right? If you come from a lovely background, a part of you is going to be lovely. Now, I'm not saying every aspect, but I'm telling you, how many people think about it. You think that somebody that's financially free, like built their credit up and they're so, their business going. You don't think they're going to teach their youth how to do the same thing? You know how they say an apple don't fall far from the tree? It's the same thing with everybody else. The apple don't fall far from the tree. So whatever you put in comes out. You think if you was to plant a apple seed, right? What you think is going to come out of that apple seed? A pear ain't going to come off of it. It's not. So whatever you put in must come out. And that's physics. That is physics. And that's even with what you think. And that's with everything. And that's why your mind is so important. So moral support, to me, is more important. And I'm going to tell y'all this. Hear me when I say this. Moral support, to me, is more important than any support you can give somebody. Yes, it's okay to give them a follow. Yes, it's okay to give them a like. Yes, it's okay to buy their products. Yes, it's okay. Because, I mean, don't get me wrong. I love people when they buy my products, too. I love y'all and thank y'all for the support. But the most support you can ever give somebody is to let them know when they're right and to let them know when they're wrong. Nowadays, we have so many people supporting movements that they know clearly are wrong. And they're supporting them because of who the people are. And I'm going to tell y'all, it don't matter who people are. When you get into supporting people for who they are, that shows your morals. That shows your values. That shows your lack of respect for yourself. It don't show your lack of respect for them. It shows your lack of respect for self. It shows that you can't even support yourself morally. Because think about it. If you support somebody morally, psychologically, you're telling them, you know what? I value what you do. Go ahead. I'm going to keep supporting you. And they don't do nothing that you value. They don't do nothing that you really truly support. Nothing that you really think is good. What kind of signal do you think you're putting out to yourself? To yourself. We ain't talking about to anybody else. To yourself, you telling yourself, you know what? This is what I value now. Like you putting your own values on the back burner. Now you valuing what they value. Now you appreciate what they appreciate. That's why we have so many people supporting stars or artists just because of who they are. When if they would have been the regular Jim on the corner or the regular Sue right here or the regular whatever you want to call it. You know, my thing is Lil Tukey. People wouldn't support it. So I want y'all to understand that moral support comes from helping someone. It's a psychological thing. It's not about what you're doing for them physically. It ain't about what nobody's seeing you do. It's about the psychological effect. So I talked about the youth, but even when it comes to us adults, we have to be okay with saying, hey, you know what, sister, you know, queen, I appreciate you. And since you are my sister and I do look at you as a queen, I just want to talk to you because I just see some things that's going on. And I don't know if you even notice. You know, but I don't know, you might need some help in this area, and this area. And if you do need help, you know, if I can help you in that area, I can. But if I can't, you know, let me see if I can find somebody that can help you. That's moral support. We don't even have that nowadays. Instead, people want to laugh at somebody's pain. People ready to share somebody else's pain. We got people sharing videos every day of young ladies fighting each other. Literally like cats and dogs and laughing and posting for a like. For the look, this is what I'm saying. For the physical support. For the like. For the follow. For the heart. But ain't nobody supporting nobody morally. Ain't nobody worried about nobody psychological. That's why we have people going crazy on live and online and people laughing. That's why we have comedians literally that's going, they making people laugh. And then if you look at some of these people videos, they crying out for help, but people are laughing at their pain. Instead of people helping morally, people worried about the physical effect. People worried about getting a Facebook check or an Instagram check. You know, that's what people are more worried about. We have become a people where we don't even value morals no more. We don't even want to help nobody psychologically no more. We don't even think about it. Hey, cuz. But we don't even think about these things. So I want y'all to understand this is why I became a clarity coach, because people don't have no clarity on what things is. Most people, if you say, well, they don't support you morally, they think because they sharing your thing or because they hearting your post or because they buying your product, they think they are supporting you morally. That's not moral support. And even when it comes to relationships, let me go here too a little bit. Even when it comes to relationships, physical support, that's sex. You know, that's what y'all doing for each other. Y'all paying each other bills. You know, that's the physical support. You know, y'all cleaning up or I cooked the meal or whatever. That's the physical aspect of it. The moral support, right? When you come into having a relationship, the moral support comes when y'all uplifting each other. When y'all telling each other what they can do when they thinking they can't. You know, That's the uplifting part of it. That's the moral part of it. The psychological part of it when in a relationship. We don't have that no more in relationships. Nowadays, all you see are people posting, if they ain't like this, I don't want it. If he ain't doing this, I don't want it. If they ain't doing this, I don't want it. But everything they're requesting is houses and cars, and that's all physical. That's fine. But to me, what is the moral? What are you looking for morally? What are you looking for psychologically? Thank you, Mega Fire. I appreciate you. You know, and if y'all like this, give me some hearts and stuff when y'all be watching this. Give me some hearts and stuff. I appreciate it. But y'all, we in relationships, we have to learn how to be more worried about our moral values. Like, what is it that you really want? You think you really want money until money is all you got. I want y'all to think of. I'm gonna take y'all on a journey for a second. I want y'all to imagine for a minute, right, that you is a billionaire. Matter of fact, we're going to say a trillionaire. Forget billion, forget million. We done passed them all up. We're going to say you a trillionaire. I want y'all to follow me for a minute. So if y'all can, close your eyes and be like, you know what, think about it. I want y'all, because y'all got a picture. You got a picture of being a millionaire. You a millionaire. You got all the money you want. You probably got gold laying around if you're a trillionaire. I don't know what you're doing. Maybe you taking a bath and go, I don't know. You know what I mean? But I want you to vision it. Like, you got to really visualize that you was a trillionaire. I want y'all to think about this for a moment, right? You like, oh, I just cast a check. I'm a trillionaire. Boop. Now you ready to party, right? Now, I want you to think about something. You a trillionaire. Now, throughout your process, since you was only worried about the physical aspect, you was only worried about the money, you was only worried about the hearts, you was only worried about the likes, you was only worried about the follows, you was only worried about the clothes, you was only worried about the cars, you was only worried about the houses. Now, follow me, y'all. Now, I want y'all to think about, you got all that, right? You got your car, you got your houses, you got the gold, you got chains. Baby, I'm talking about purses, whatever you want. You ballin'. You know what I mean? You doing all that now. All you want is a hug and somebody to tell you congratulations. But because the only thing you focused on was the physical aspect, you forgot all about morals throughout your whole career. And now nobody is by your side. You don't have nobody by your side. Why? Because you forgot about what it was to be, to uplift other people. You forgot about what it was to show respect. You forgot about what it was to tell people that, they can make it too. You forgot about you ain't the only one with the sauce, that it's okay to share. You know what I mean? You forgot about success ain't a secret. You forgot about them things. So now a lot of people don't want to deal with you. So now you got all this money, but you ain't got nobody to share it with. You ain't got nobody to go on vacation with. You ain't got nobody to ride shotgun in the car with you while you riding. You ain't got nobody to come and visit you at that brand new house. You ain't got nobody to go to the show. Nobody do nothing with. Now, I want y'all to just think about that for a second. How would you really feel? Some people would give up all that just to have somebody there by their side. Just to have somebody there and tell them that they love them. Just to have somebody there and tell them that, you know what, you are beautiful. You are worthy of this. Just to have somebody there to tell them that, you know what, I'm proud of you. Or just somebody there to tell them, I appreciate what you did for me. See, a lot of time we always talk about getting to the bag. I see that all the time. I'm getting to the bag. But what are you getting to morally? What are you getting to, spiritually? Like values. Like, what are you really getting to? I really want psychologically. Or are you putting affirmations out every day that's positive? Or are you just, existing physically? A lot of us are just existing physically. We don't even know what it's like to support ourselves morally. So I tell y'all this because I'm one of the people that I can have, the money. I tell y'all now, if it was all about the money, I wouldn't be doing this. It ain't about the money for me. The money will come. To me, it's about what I value. It's about customer service. It's about positivity. I value my family, right? I value health, positivity, growth. These are things I value. So if it don't align with that, I don't want it. If I don't care, somebody can come at me $1 million or stay with your family. I take my family. for $60. I don't care. Give me whatever you want. You ain't got to give me nothing. I keep my family for free. 60 million or, respect. I'll take respect any day over any millions. Respect. You can have all the millions in the world, but if you ain't got no respect in this world, see how miserable you be. Why you think we got millionaires committing suicide? No moral support. People so worried about their money. They worried about their check. Ain't nobody really there to support them. Ain't nobody really there to tell them how proud of them they are. Nah, they there for the check. They there to say, yeah, I was here, right? Don't forget, don't forget I did that. You know what I mean? Don't forget I was there when you first started, man. Right? That's what they there to do. People ain't really in it morally. See, when you in it morally and you start supporting people morally, things are different. You no longer look at who the person is. You look at what they're doing, what they're capable of. I don't care what nobody look like. Let me tell y'all something. In this business that I do, I don't care red, blue, black, purple, pink. I don't look at the outside. I'm looking at the inside, the psyche. Who are you morally? Who are you? Who are you psychologically? Because I see who the outside want me to see. That's who you want me to see. I want to know, who are you morally? Who are you psychologically? So I want that y'all to understand that when I do this because I love what I do. I do this because I love watering minds. I do this because I love giving clarity. This is what I do. And if you don't know, I have a webinar that I do every month. Every month I got a free webinar. It's called Get Clear, that I just started last month. And for those that jumped on last month, I appreciate y'all. We had a ball. But I do this every month. I'm going to be doing this every month. You're going to be able to jump on my webinar for free. Now, that's my free program. Now, yes, I do one-on-one coaching and group coaching as well. And they said, what do I focus on? What? I help people overcome their fears. I help people understand what failures is. You ain't going to ever stop failing. Let me tell you that now. You're not ever going to stop failing, and you shouldn't ever want to stop. You're like, why she say that? Why I say that? Because once you stop, that's when you really fail. Failures are just the lessons that you learn what not to do so you can understand what to do. I view failures as life lessons. Of course, you ain't going to ever stop. I don't want to ever stop learning. So, I want y'all to understand when it comes to moral support, a lot of people don't support people morally because they don't want to change. They don't want to tell people the truth that they being ignorant. Some people don't want to tell people that they ignorant. Some people really know some people are just ignorant and they ain't right, but they don't want to tell them because of who they is. How many of y'all know somebody like that? I know people like that. I'm just saying. But I'm just saying, a lot of the world don't want to tell people they ignorant because of who they are. And I'm going to tell you this too. Another thing that deal with moral support. The way you view life will be the way, it'll show the way that you view people. And what I mean by that, like for instance, me, like I said, I view positivity, family, customer service, health. Them are things I view. So when you talking about people, I don't care who you talking about. If they don't align with them values to me, I don't care. They ain't got nothing to offer to the world to me. I don't care how good of a celebrity status they is. I don't care who, they can have 50 million followers. It's the difference between me and y'all. And I ain't saying all y'all because a lot of y'all is on the same boat, but it's a whole lot of y'all that ain't. A lot of y'all what I call monkey see, monkey do. Y'all just doing it because y'all see everybody else doing it. And that's what's popping. Right? Oh, yeah. Thank you, Megafire. I appreciate it. Yes, I don't. Can't ever disrespect them. That's our, our pride and joy. Family. And that's what we got to get back to. And that's why I want y'all to understand moral support starts. It's the mental thing. It's not a physical thing. That's why we don't even have family. I'm glad he brought that up. That's why we don't even have family like that no more. Family don't even want to support family morally. Like a lot of people scared to tell some people in the family that they wrong. And that's why a lot of families split. And now a lot of y'all, I don't want to say this, but I'm going to hurt some feelings in some people's families. But some families with that be quiet rule, You know? Now, I'm going to tell y'all this, because in the families, y'all know this is a popular thing. Somebody done got touched or whatever. Maybe they went to the family. I don't know. Because I can tell you some things that, that goes on in some families. Sometimes, you have a child that get touched. Now they go to the family. And y'all know families are what happens in my house stays in my house. But what is that doing morally, really, to the child? What does that say morally to the family? Do y'all don't think people hold grudges? Just, well, for y'all want y'all to really understand, or how... somebody did something wrong and you don't want to tell them they wrong because I don't want to tell them they wrong because I don't want to hear their mouth. What? You don't want to tell them they wrong because you don't want to hear their mouth? And that's why we have so many people that can morally just act incorrect. Meaning what I mean by that is they'll cuss you out without a drop of a dime. They'll let everybody in the family have it. They ready to fight with a drop of a hat. They just ain't got no respect for nobody. Call everybody all types of names. And everybody in the family respect them. And this goes on, this is all throughout the world. This ain't just here. This ain't just black families. This ain't just white families. This happens throughout the world. And I want y'all to understand that's morally why we don't even have families no more. Because we have a lot of people that's even scared to even let their kids know they wrong. See, when you have moral support, you have to even let your children know they wrong. We have a lot of family, they can't even like this because some people don't even want to tell their kids they wrong. Like, your child out there in the street. Little Tukey been toting guns forever. And let me tell y'all this, because I'm going to tell y'all that I got 4 kids, and I'm not saying my kids perfect. But one thing I will tell you, and that my kids will even tell you, I have no problem letting my kids know when they doing something wrong, that I feel they doing something wrong morally. If I feel like my kids doing something wrong morally, I don't care what it is. It could be a post. Whatever. I'm going to let them know. So my kids far from perfect. We have problems like every other family. The difference is I'm not scared to address it morally with them. See, we have a lot of families that's scared to address things morally. And that's morally scared to go back to where it took a village to raise a child. That was moral respect. If that was moral support right there. When it took a village where everybody had to be on when the street lights came on. And if you wasn't, Miss Sue would look out the door like, ain't you B's granddaughter? You know what I mean? Or ain't such and such your mama? Does she know you out here right now? Y'all don't understand. That's moral support. That's people telling you that they care for you. We don't have that no more. Now we have this. This the kind of moral support people have now. Anybody better not say nothing to my kids. They better not say nothing to my kids. I wish they would. You know how many posts I see of parents that so ready to ride for their kids like, yeah, because I wish somebody would. I'm stepping behind mine. It's okay, and I'm not saying, like, let me tell you, step when it's right for you to step for yours. Don't step just to step for yours. That's the problem we have morally. We have people stepping for the wrong thing. Like, moral support is when you're helping somebody mentally. And when you just stepping for anything, you ain't helping them. What you helping them accomplish? How to be dead or in jail? How to be disrespectful? See, y'all got to understand what moral support is. It's when you helping somebody mentally or psychologically. And a lot of parents don't want to do that. A lot of parents rather step with their kids than teach their kids how to not go and be in a situation that they don't even want to be in. Like a lot of y'all rather, fight for them or shoot for them and do all this instead of talking to them. Let me pull you to the side. You ain't even got to hang with her no more. You ain't even got to go through all that Facebook drama. Delete that post. Block them. What you even arguing for? All that typing warrior. Block. I block more. Let me tell you. I block people in a minute. And I teach my kids to block people. If my kids get talking about this and this going, especially if it's online block. Let me tell y'all. Do y'all know a fire needs oxygen? A fire needs oxygen. Anything needs strength. Anything needs something. It needs strength or support for it to expand or get larger. That's anything. Right? So I want y'all to understand, if a fire even needs oxygen, why do we support the negative things? Where are some people really moral value? Like, what are you really valuing out here? Are we valuing the devil? Is it more people really valuing the devil and just, in disguise and just ain't saying nothing? I'm just saying. Because I see a lot of people posting little demons, this my little demon. But then in the same token, you talking about, oh, Yoshi or the Father. And if y'all don't know, Yoshi is Jesus. I don't believe in him, okay? I don't no child, okay? I believe in the Father, and the Father is just the universe, the whole, all right? So I don't believe in the physical person. No offense to nobody. If you do, that's you. If it works for you, make it work for you. No offense, okay? But I want y'all to understand, when you support somebody morally, mentally, right? You don't mind being honest. You have to be honest to support somebody. If you want to help them, how can you help somebody lying to them? How can you really help them lying to them? How? So I want y'all to understand what moral support is. I have a webinar that I do, like I said, every third Friday of the month. I do a free webinar. It's called Get Clear. It's available on Eventbrite. It's available on my page. If you scroll down, you will see the link. I don't even, let me see if I can put it in here. Let me see. I don't even know if I still have it in my thing. Let's paste. Let me see something. Nope. Let me see. How do I do it? Yeah, I know I'm slow now. I don't even know how to do this stuff. I'm so slow. I'm so slow. Okay. All right. I don't know how to do that. All right. Like I said, I got to get better with that too. But if you scroll down my page, if you want to join my free webinar, you can scroll down, or you can go on Eventbrite and type in Get Clear free webinar, and it'll pop right up. Or just Get Clear webinar. We're actually on the OTR chamber as well, so I am a part of the Over the Rand chamber. Also, I want y'all to know that I do this because I really want to water minds, right? I don't like the stuff that I teach. Like, people charging y'all for Jordans. People charging y'all for sweaters and stuff. And I'm going to tell y'all right now, the knowledge I teach is way more expensive than Jordans. I don't care. On any bright day, on your worst day, I don't care. Pick your best day. Okay? Because I'm going to tell you right now, mental clarity is always going to be more than a pair of Jordans or anything mental, your rent, all that. I'm going to tell you right now, it's very much important. So I do this because I want to give it to y'all for free. And I have these webinars every month because I want to do it for free for y'all. Not because it's like, oh, I got to do it. No, because I want to. It ain't a lot of people out here watering minds. It's a lot of people watering y'all clothes. So, if y'all want to join my free webinar, you're more than welcome to join the free webinar and register for that. It's February the 21st. It's every third Friday. Right? And you can comment, join on here, and I will definitely send you the link. But one thing I really want y'all to understand, if y'all don't understand nothing else before I leave here, is that moral support is not physical. It's not physical support. So moral support is not the hearts. Moral support ain't the follows. Moral support ain't when you bought something for somebody. Moral support ain't that. Moral support is when you inspiring somebody to be better. Moral support is when you correcting somebody when they wrong. Moral support is when you telling people that they can be even more than what they even ever thought they can be. Moral support is when you ain't scared to let people know right from wrong. Especially your youth, y'all. Let's start with these youth. Tell them right from wrong. Tell them when they wrong. They ain't got to be out there toting no guns. Y'all know it's so crazy. I hear this, and I'm going to say this, for moral support, because I want to leave this in y'all mind. And I know some people probably going to disagree with me, and that's fine. Because I'm a person, we can always agree to disagree. I'm not going to hate nobody for disagreeing with me, okay? Like, this ain't that. One thing I'm going to tell y'all is, 1 + 1 = 2, 2 + 2 = 4. 4 + 4 = 8, 8 + 8 = 16, right? 16 + 16 = what? 32. All right, and we can keep going on, right? But I want to tell y'all, meaning the higher the number, if you add it to a higher number, what happens? You get a higher number. It don't matter. That's physics. It don't matter. You can't take one mouse and have another mouse and have it be lesser You know, it can be less. It's impossible. You know, or I can't say I got 1 pen, and if I add another pen, it's only 1 pen. No, it's 2. And if I add another pen, you know, I can't say it's 1 now. No, it's 3. And if I add more, y'all get the point, right? So what I say with these guns is, and I really want y'all to hear me with this, they make it easy access for a reason. That's physical. That's a physical thing, right? That's the way they support us physically, is by making things that we shouldn't have easier for us to have. Yes, it's much needed. Yes, Mega Fire, much needed. I really want y'all to think morally when it comes to guns, right? None of us likes when something happens to our own. To our own. Listen to me. Listen to me for a second. I see a lot of people. We losing a lot of youth. A lot of youth, y'all. We ain't even losing us. We losing our babies. So please listen to me when I say this. The answer to this, you know, gun violence is not, you know, retaliation. It's not more guns. That's not the answer to this gun violence. Please hear me when I'm trying to support you morally, and I say this. The answer, again, to gun violence is not more guns. I don't care who's shooting who, because I make a whole nother video on why I don't care. Because, you know, people like, oh, well, the white man shooting us and they shooting us, but I'm gonna tell y'all this, we shooting ourselves. Okay, so that's the bigger issue. The bigger issue. All right, so that's what I'm focused on. All right, and when I say us, I mean us as a whole. I love us. The answer is not more guns. So if we put more guns on the streets, right? What do they equal? They equal more murders. And why y'all think we starting to see more murders every day? I'm going to tell y'all why. Because we have more guns on the street. It ain't rocket science to me. Everybody wonder why we having more murders every day. Because it's easier, and it's more accessible, and more people are getting guns. Right? So guess what? We got more people being clumsy. Now they kids getting access to them. Now the kids end up, you know, they killing themselves accidentally. They killing the parents accidentally, or they killing each other, or they taking a gun and they doing it and using it for promo, whatever they doing. Or some parents giving their kids guns. Right? So I want to tell y'all, the problem that we having in America with guns, the answer is not more guns. The answer is moral support. The answer is let's communicate with each other. The answer is let's find out mentally what we're missing. Let's find out how to make each other confident again. Let's find out how to send each other affirmations again. Let's tell each other what we can be and not what they want us to be. That's the answer. Y'all doing exactly what they want y'all to do. They want y'all to do the physical aspect of it. They don't want y'all to think of the moral way. They don't want y'all to support each other morally. So y'all thinking of the physical support. Y'all like, I'm going to go get a weapon. But ain't nobody thought of the moral thing. You know? Y'all sit up here and a lot of people, y'all ready to go get firearms. Y'all, I got to go get shoes because that's what I need it on me. It's like the more guns or more violence y'all see, the more people want guns. That's stupid to me. 1 + 1 = 2. I'm going to say it again. 2 + 2 = 4. 4 + 4 = 8. 8 + 8 = 16. 16 = 16. 32. Y'all get my drift, right? And we can keep going up, especially with math. So when I say that, it don't matter. If you put more guns on the street, we going to get more murders, right? And I'm going to tell you now, parents ain't liable. Look at them. If y'all think parents are capable to have more weapons in their house, look at all the crimes that are being committed by little babies accidentally. Babies, even down to like infants almost, because these parents are irresponsible. Because 1 + 1 = 2, 2 + 2 = 4, 4 + 4 = 8, and so on. So the answer ain't to put more guns on the street. The answer is put more moral support on the street. Put more positive affirmations in the air. That's the answer. Ain't y'all tired of going to funerals? I am. And I'm a moral supporter, so I'm never going to support weapons. I'm never going to say, oh, you know what? So since America's doing this, I need to go get a weapon. How do that make sense? We can't do something that we're telling somebody else not to do to us. It don't make sense. And I'm going to tell you now, I'm a moral supporter. So I'm going to always talk morally. So if you one of the people that think it's okay, you know, for everybody to go around here and tote guns, I'm going to tell you now, I don't want to hear nothing when we have people out here and kids accidentally getting shot because the same parents is got guns in their house and they ain't putting them up. And most importantly, they ain't got the clip separate from the gun. And they ain't taking the one out of the chamber. But yet and still, people are so quick to go run and have a gun in their household. We losing kids every day, y'all. Now, y'all might not agree with me on this, and that's fine, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. People don't trust me. People don't, I understand it. But I will tell y'all this. You can never tell me the answer is having more guns, and then we seeing more violence. I'm talking about bad guns. And if people think it's going down, look around. Because I'm going to tell you right now, when I was young, I wasn't losing none of my friends to gun violence. I ain't started losing friends to gun violence until I was, I think I was grown already. I might have already been 18. I was not 13 or 14 or 15 worrying about my friends getting killed. I wasn't. And even when I turned 18 and it started happening, it was a shock. Only the last, like 5 or 10 years that it ain't been a shock. So I want y'all to understand, don't ever sit here and tell me it's getting better. No, it's getting worse. We losing our kids every day. I'm telling you now. My kids know somebody that lose their life almost every time somebody gets shot. It's scary. So, but I'm going to get off my rant about that. That's my little rant about guns. And, you know, like I said, I understand everybody ain't going to want to hear this. And that's okay. I'm not expecting everybody to. But if y'all are on here and you do agree with it, please give me some hearts, some likes, let me know. Hey, that is perfectly fine. And if you don't, I'm perfectly okay with that too. Because, see, I'm not like everybody else. I don't do this for a follow. I don't do this for, you know, a heart or a like. I like them? Do I appreciate them? Yes, I definitely do. I definitely do. But I really want y'all to get, I appreciate more than anything if you took that away from me. If you was to ask yourself, how can I support somebody morally? How can I support somebody morally this week? Am I ignoring somebody that I should be looking at and maybe looking at them and seeing, you know, hey, are you okay? Is it somebody, maybe they changed just a little bit that you notice, you like, hey, you know, are you okay? Do you need me to support you? You know, or is there anything you want to talk about? Or just tell them how great, or have you lacked on telling people how great they are? You know what? I just want to tell you how great you've been doing. I just want to tell you how much of a, you know, how much you inspire me. I just want to tell you how much you motivate me. I just want to tell you, you know what, you're doing a great job. And if you talk to me, then you know this is something I do. I tell people how great of a job they're doing. Why? Because people need to hear that. You know what happens when you tell people how great they're doing and how confident you are in them? And congratulations. It triggers a thing. Why you think people put things on there to hear congratulations? It triggers something mentally. You think people putting that, you know, they plaques and degrees on there because they want y'all to ignore it and not like it? No. People put it on there because they want y'all to acknowledge it. They want y'all to tell them how good they did. They want to hear it. We are human beings. These are things we crave. Whether you know it or not. You might be like, I don't crave none of that. Yes, you do. Might not just be from the world, but you crave it for somebody. Even if it's just yourself. Which is the best person to crave it from. But no. I really want y'all to understand. Moral support starts with your mindset. Starts with your mind. Support y'all youth morally. Also, join my Get Clear webinar. If you like, you know what, I just love, you know, I love hearing from you, Queen A. How can I support you? You can always join my free webinar. And that's totally free. Totally free. Register for it. I'm telling you, you can always comment on here and hit comment join. And you can definitely register for it. Okay? But I really want y'all to understand that it's all about your mentality. It's not about what you're doing for them physically. It's more about what are you doing for them mentally. How are you helping them psychologically, okay? So share this video. Share. Somebody else probably is going to need to hear this. Don't forget, register for my Get Clear webinar. I do them every third Friday of the month. They're totally free. And that's for people to come on and get some clarity on how to overcome your fears. What are failures? A lot of people don't even understand what failures is, and how to clear all these thoughts out of your head, right? A lot of us, you have a million thoughts, but how do you know which ones to get rid of and which ones to pay attention to? All right, so these are things that I teach on this free webinar, totally free. All right, and if nobody else love you, you already know what I'm about to say. Queen A does. Later. Mwah.